Previously in the Man of Guthix. I am beyond good or evil. I am simply Guthix, said Guthix when he banished Saradomin and Zamorak, putting an end to the God Wars and freezing the combatants in the God Wars dungeon. As we're working on the X marks the spot, we're also making our way actually to Great Koren, because there we can go to the Arceus library to start training magic from level 0 without actually having to attack any monsters. The magic experience that I get from helping these NPCs is only 11, as it is calculated with your magic level, which for me is 1 times 11. We will need to get up to level 7 magic helping these characters, as then we will be able to cast our first level 1 enchant on a sapphire ring. Doing this will create a ring of recall, which will unlock a lot of new content for us, and we can start actually getting loot drops from monsters who kill themselves through hitting us. As we have now made our way to Great Koren and Arceus library, we are keeping up with gathering books for the NPCs for some magic experience. We got pretty lucky with gathering the books for the NPCs, as most of the time I already had a book that I needed to give to the NPC that they wanted. So the early levels for our magic didn't really take too long, and as you can see, we are already making it to the desired levels. For now, with the books, we have achieved already 9 magic, and 7 was the requirement for the enchant, so we're already past that. With 9 magic, I decided to now teleport back to Lumbridge, so I could start training my crafting in order to be able to make the Ring of Recalls in the future myself. The first crafting levels will be gained through shearing the sheep in Lumbridge, and then spinning the wool into balls of wool in the Lumbridge castle, banking it in the bank above the Lumbridge castle. To be able to make Ring of Recalls, I need to be able to make sapphire rings also, which need 20 crafting. I am able to get sapphire rings from other sources also, for example Bird's Nest, but being able to make the sapphire rings myself with crafting is a lot more sustainable way. After a few trips I managed to get some levels, and then I decided to go to Varrock to do the museum mini quest to get started with Slayer and Hunter. On my way to Varrock, I also decided to take a little detour into a potato field nearby to get a full inventory of potatoes that I could use to restore my hit points whenever necessary, or maybe use them to train up my cooking level a little bit. Near the potato field there was also a farming patch, and I decided to do some raking content to get some farming experience coming in passively. Then we finally made it to Varrock and went straight into the bank to deposit our picked potatoes, and then made our way to the museum. We will be visiting the museum very soon again, to start cleaning finds for some experience lamps. After completing the mini quest and getting 9 Slayer and Hunter, it was time to make our way to the nearby mines to do some clay mining. We didn't get a lot of levels doing that, and it was pretty slow, but we managed to bank ourselves the clay necessary to level up our crafting to level 20. But before we could start using clay efficiently, making clay into soft clay and then turning it into bowls, we had to get some crafting experience in other ways, and I decided to do that through quests. Ernest the chicken didn't really give us any crafting experience as a reward, but it did give us valuable coins and quest points. It was also on our way to Lumbridge, and this is a pretty short quest. There wasn't any reason to not to do it. We didn't really have any trouble with the skeleton, and the underground lever maze was completed without much trouble. Having gathered all the necessary equipment, we helped Ernest to be changed back into human and gave Veronica some relief. The quests that were going to give us experience in crafting were Sheep Shearer, that was going to give us 150 experience, and Mis-Selling Mystery, that was going to give us 600. Sheep Shearer was very easy, as we already had the balls of wool necessary in our bank, and we only had to hand it in to the farmer. After completing the Sheep Shearer, we also gathered all the items necessary for Cook's Assistant. An egg, pot of flour, and a bucket of milk. We then made our way to the Lumbridge castle, handed in the necessary ingredients, and saved the cook's day. Now we were ready to start Mis-Selling Mystery and get the last crafting experience needed for doing efficient clay crafting. After several gruesome murders, and a very mysterious mystery at the mansion, we busted the killers red-handed. To be able to complete the quest, however, and claim the crafting experience that we came here for, I found out that you have to actually equip the killer's knife to be able to strike down the killer. The killer's knife, however, doesn't really have any prayer bonuses, so according to our restrictions I am not able to equip it. This, however, means that we cannot complete the quest and therefore cannot also claim the crafting experience necessary that we came here for. The question to you, viewers, is: am I allowed to equip that knife to do this part of the quest, or do I have to go back doing other crafting methods? As the quest doesn't really need me to strike at the enemy, I am not breaking any further rules. Please let me know in the comments, and either way I'm fine doing whatever you suggest. We are now approaching the end of the episode 2, and to recap, we have achieved level 9 magic, banked all the necessary crafting experience, and completed a few quests. For now, until next time, peace and balance.